Schmitty, bro. What's popping with you?
Chilling, man. What's going on, Mr. Mosh J?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I was reminiscing. You know how me and you have been through a lot.
Yeah, definitely a lot.
Because to bring it down, we go back a long way.
Very long, like Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy, I'm talking inches, bro. What is it? You were 15 or 14.
Yeah, at 23 years. I would say 20.
How old are you?
37.
And I'm 38.
Yeah.
So 15, I was 16. So yeah, we're looking at the mid 20s, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I knew your brother before you.
What, for a month?
No, almost a year. I think you were gone when I first met him, and he came to me after I met him. You know, we're chilling.
I was gone.
You were gone.
Where was I gone?
Probably one of those, where bad kids go.
Okay, so when I was 14, actually, I went in there 4 days after I turned 15, and I spent 11 months in a juvenile prison. Now, why did I do that? Because I smoked weed and failed a piss test. Now, you can't do that.
How dare you?
And it's funny because it was a 6-month juvenile prison, but I managed to be there for 11 months because if you mess up, you start all over again. You got to in juvenile prison, you got to climb the ladder. And if you mess up, you go down a couple ladders. And if you mess up royally at the top, you got to start all over again. And I remember crying like it's my life, bro. And they're like, I know. Long story short, I held open a cabinet to block a camera so somebody could fight somebody because I couldn't fight because I was about to leave. And they caught me holding open the door, obviously, because I did it right in front of the camera. I looked at the camera, held open the door, and was like, all right, fight. My boy got his ass beat, too. So
that's even worse.
It was a double negative. But real quick, we go back way back. We used to go out to the clubs together and the bars.
Yeah.
And all the parties.
Absolutely. I mean, we were the party.
Between me and you, who was pulling more chicks?
Well, I mean,
who was pulling them more, bro? Was it me or was it you?
Well, that's kind of definitely you were pulling more chicks. He was pulling more chicks. There's no question about that. However, it's because I wasn't even trying. I was more of a quality over quantity, and I had a couple of bangers. And that's all I needed.
Whoa! So you're saying I wasn't pulling high quality?
No, not all of them, bro. Let's be real. No, you had definitely had quality. I ain't giving you no quality.
What do you mean? So wait, hold on. You say not all of them. So you're saying, are you counting scragglers?
In general, you said who pulls more. Well, obviously you pulled more, but yeah, you had some. Ugh.
But I'm saying at my high end, I think my high end was hotter than your high end.
I mean, that's your opinion. I would disagree.
Do you disagree with that?
I do disagree with it. I think there was one particular that was on the level.
Yeah,
and you know who I'm referring to.
About.
She kind of popped out of nowhere, and you snagged that one right up. So I'll give you that, but. The rest, I don't even think they were on the level of my seconds.
The one that you're talking about that was high caliber.
Yes.
This chick pops up out of nowhere
with the Lexus, right?
We're in 18 years old.
17, 18.
You might have been 17. I was probably 18.
Probably, yeah.
18 or 19 latest because I was with
Yes,
LB,
correct.
When I was 19. So, excuse me, it could have been 19, and she popped out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl has got to be mine. I've got to get her before Kirk does. I've got to get her before Dish does, dude. All of our boys. So I remember everyone was trying to get her, so my plan was
everyone but me.
Play hardball, right? Nah, I'm not even interested. And I remember it culminated because one party, you know how if we left a party, all the cars would follow us?
They would. Absolutely.
So we left the party because one of my exes showed up and another one of my exes showed up. And I was like, all right, everybody meet us at the 7-Eleven on Perrine Ranch Road over here.
Were those exes Honda and Eclipse? Those two?
It was LB
Correct.
and
Honda.
Brent.
Okay, an Eclipse. All right, so I got it right.
Eclipse and Honda. Okay, yeah. So those two were there, and I was trying to get away from them because I was trying to go after the one golden prize.
Absolutely.
And I said, everybody, all right, just meet me at 7-Eleven. And I pull up, and there goes my first ex, pulls right in. And then the second ex pulls right in. And I get out of whoever's car I'm in, and I walk around to the preschool with my phone, and I'm just defeated. I'm like, oh, man. And I look at my phone, I get a text message, and it's the prize.
Right.
And she's like, hey, where are you at? And I'm like, there's too many people here. I dipped off. And she's like, where are you? I'm going to come pick you up.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. And she picked me up. We went to my house. And I will say that is probably the first and only time a girl asked me for my doctoral paperwork before engaging in any
activity.
Yeah. She wanted to see paperwork.
And at that age, hey, hats off to her, right? For that age, at that time.
There was a rumor I had AIDS.
Yo, bro, I've never heard that.
Because of London. London came in town.
Oh,
that spread.
God.
It was thrown around, and they said I had AIDS. So I literally had this set up for when I did meet with this girl, I would have the paperwork to show, hey, don't have AIDS.
Yeah. Hey, did you keep it in the top drawer?
I did. I pulled it right out, and as soon as that was it, I was like, all right, we're lit, but let's go, bro. Who do you think? All right, so I think that's the number one of our younger years. That would be the highest prize.
I would give that obviously I just stated it. We were on the same page, so I agree with you. However, me personally, I never was in awe over her like everybody else. She was very, very pretty, very attractive, obviously.
Who was your number one back then?
The one I dated for many years.
The J-Sty?
Yeah, I would say.
You think that was number one, though?
Do you think the other one was the blonde, the little bit older,
the one I was talking to?
No, I don't even know which one that is. Oh,
you could say letters.
Are you talking S? I was talking
talking Chris. The one I was talking to is number one.
Yes, absolutely.
You were talking about Jaced.
Correct.
The one you were talking to.
Yes.
So then you have that T.O.R.
Who's T.O.?
That lived in the back there.
That wasn't
with
me.
Kirk. But I'm saying she was up there in the higher caliber.
You think so?
From what the public thought, maybe not your own opinion, but you should be able to objectively know that she was very sought after.
She was, and I couldn't get that either. I didn't understand.
So let's name the girls that were sought after, whether you can understand it or not.
Sure.
There was the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
There was the one that Kirk was with that you don't understand. She was sought after. She was high up there. Who else was high up in that level? Like, the one with the blue eyes that was with Dish.
Oh, with the fake blue eyes. Oh yeah.
Core.
She was
so hot, bro.
She was. See, I would put her on the level of where mine was, but I mean, she was.
She was every facet imaginable of beauty.
It was the attitude that I think brought her up a little bit. She was no nonsense.
I think we're talking past 18, so I could say,
oh yeah,
the top, the bottom, the face, the eyes, the attitude. Everything about her was supermodel.
She was
I still think she's a supermodel right now.
I've seen her recently. I ran into her at
still hot?
The grocery store. She's not bad, especially. I mean, we're getting up there. We're getting old, right? She's not bad. Chip tooth though.
I'll take the chip tooth, bro. A little.
Oh, trust me, I would too. I think.
Cut me down, small.
There's a few things that kind of make me go cringe. I mean, everyone sees my face. I'm like, Definitely beauty for sure. There's some conversations I had because me and Dish, we were close. We were really tight.
Because Dish was with her. All right, so there's all these females. Let's say our era, our boys, me, you, Dish, Stacy, Kirk. We walk into the bar. Let's make it those 5. Me, you, Dish, Stacy, and Kirk. We walk into the bar. There's 5 dimers, but they're in order of dime hotness.
Sure, okay.
Which one of us is going to bag the dimest all the way through? Me, you, Dish, Stacy, Kirk. 5 dimes, but it's a 9.5, a 9.6, a 9.7, a 9.8, and a 9.9. Who gets the 9.9?
If I actually tried, it would be a competition between you and I. Back then, I would actually sit back because I really didn't care. I would think it would be between you and Kirk.
You think you can outwork Kirk?
100%. I mean, you've picked one out at a bar before, and I let you choose, and I grabbed it. You remember that?
Yeah, but Kirk wasn't involved in that.
No, but I'm just saying.
I'm saying you're good, yeah. But you think you could outwork Kirk?
Absolutely. I think if I tried, I could have outworked anybody.
So then you're saying you can outwork Kirk, Stacy, and Dish, so it would be me and you for the 9.9. Let's say you did try. Who do you think would prevail?
I would.
You would?
If I actually tried for sure, I think I would definitely.
All right, I'm the hottest chick. Come up and try to pull me.
It's more than just dropping lines, right? It's all about the confidence first off, which especially in that time, I had a lot of it. It's not coming off like you just want to pull her and bring her home. So it's not just dropping lines.
Hey,
so
but tell me, all right, so, hey, what are you boys doing over there?
Oh, we're just hanging out. What's your name?
My name is Lisa. What's your name?
My name's Schmidtyyyy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Who are you here with?
I'm just here with my friends. We're just having a girls' night out. We're having a couple martinis. What are you guys doing here?
What a coincidence. I'm here with my boys. We're out just chilling, boys' night, having a few drinks. Why don't you guys join us?
Join you? Well, we would, but my martini's running a little low, and
Well, no problem with that. We can fill that martini all night long. Why don't you come in and we get to know each other a little bit better?
Who's that Jewish guy over there that's next to you? He's pretty hot.
What makes you think he's Jewish?
I don't know. He looks like he's going to run a radio show in the future, but he's very hot.
That's my best friend. Do you really want to get to know him?
Ah! He went in and threw that in there for me, bro. I appreciate that. No, I think it would be me. Like you said, you'll sit back. So you would sit back. So I'll give you my order. I would say it would be me, Kirk and Sean, depending on the mood, depending on the vibe, and then you and Dish, depending on the vibe.
I pulled Stacy's chick right from under him without even, just with one line. You remember that? He was in love with that chick. Boom.
Why'd you take your boy's chick like that?
Well, first of all, he wasn't really my boy. I actually didn't think highly of him. I thought he was a POS, sitting on your coattail. That's what I always thought of him. He's kind of a...
You thought he was a... Let me tell you real quick. You thought he was a POS. You took his chick with that one line. Right. He called me up one day and said, yo, Mosh, bro. No. You know that one chick that he liked that you said you took?
Yeah.
She was coming on to me. Mm-hmm. And I knew he loved her, right? And I called him and I said, hey, bro, this is about to happen. Are you okay with this? And he's like, nah, bro, that would break my heart, bro. Don't do it. And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, man, don't do it. And I was like, all right, listen, girl, I got to go. 2 weeks later, I get the phone call. Hey, bro, you know Sean's hooking up with your ex-girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Without even asking me, 2 weeks after I had called him and almost...
Are you surprised? See, that didn't surprise me. I just remember that, actually. Yeah, that didn't surprise me one bit. That's the kind of dude I thought he was.
Trash, man.
That's what I thought of him.
Chicks loved him, though.
But I wasn't even tight with him like that, so I didn't know that.
You lived with him.
I didn't live with him.
You never lived with him?
Hell no.
The chicks loved him.
They did. I think that's what killed them when I swept that one real quick. I just wanted to just try it.
How long were you with her?
Just to get it in and go. I wasn't really with her.
Yeah, she's not doing too. She's doing a little weirdly.
She's still cute. She's still good looking.
Still definitely cute.
She fell off the wagon, but hey.
A lot of them were cute. Man, there were some cute chicks we were talking to.
There was. Yeah, there really was.
We were talking. I remember Now I'm gonna get into something, and I want to get into it the right way. Back in the day, 18, 19, 20, we were wild. We were roaming the streets crazy, and we used to
15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, but I'm saying in this 18, 19, 20 period, we threw a big ass party at my girlfriend, now my ex, obviously, but my then girlfriend Brent's house, Brenton. I'll say her name, Brenton. We threw a party there. Keg party, getting down, wild party. There was a lot of people drinking. It was two different factions of people. It was one group of friends and another group of friends, and huge party, right?
Yeah, there was a mixture of a lot of different groups.
Were you at the party?
I was, absolutely, yeah.
So you were at the party
100%.
So were you there when when Ryan Krebs got Brandon's brother got in a fight with Joe C?
Yes, but it didn't Ward. Yes.
So first thing that happened was the party's lit, and one of my boys comes up and says, I want that dude's ex-girl. She wants me. He wants me to fight him for her in this room. Mosh, I need you to be my dignitary, and they've got their dignitary. So I'm standing at the front of the door.
In the spare room, right?
There's a spare little bedroom. No, it was a little bedroom, and everyone's crowding around the door, and I'm standing there, and their dude is huge. I wasn't really jacked, and I was like, all right, one-on-one. Now, our boy was small.
Oh, yeah.
The other dude was kind of tough. So our boy runs in, and the other dude grabs him, yokes him up, puts him on the bed. He's smearing him. He's throwing him. He's banging him up.
Do you know when that was going down? I had no idea that was actually I was still outside on the porch.
Nah.
I didn't know. I didn't realize it popped off until it got to the porch.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going to get to. So he's getting smeared, and then our buddy, short dude named Chris Ward.
I love that guy.
He didn't know what was happening either, and he walks up and he sees me, and he moves through the crowd, and he says, Mosh, what's happening? Why is Ryan getting his ass beat? I said, it's one-on-one. Let him go. He's not getting hurt yet. And then Chris is like, nah, and Chris runs through and starts pounding on the dude that's beating our boy's ass. And so I let him hit him like 4 or 5 times before I jumped in and said, okay, enough, this isn't fair. And then people started screaming, yada, yada, yada. Everybody got up. They went to the porch, to the pool.
Yep. That's everyone's attention was grabbed at that point.
So everything's chilling. The fight is over. Everyone's drinking at the pool. There's 2 factions. It's kind of tense. And the guy that our buddy just fought, that one, was standing out there drinking. And then the short guy that came in and did the damage comes up to me and he says, Mosh, I'm going to go crash that dude, was his exact words. And I'm like, what do you mean, bro? And he's like, I think I'm going to go crash Joe Carey. And I'm like, all right, bro, if that's what you want to do. And he's like, you ready? And I'm like, you ready? And he's like, I'm ready. And no hesitation, Chris took a couple steps, and he tried to punch him in the face, but he tried to knock him into the pool with the punch. And the punch hit him hard, but the dude didn't fly into the pool. So I came up right behind him with a follow-up punch. Boom! I tried to hit him into the pool. He didn't. He moved over to the side, and all of a sudden it was almost as if somebody screamed food fight, but physical. And everybody started fighting everywhere. Fights are breaking out. So now I'm one-on-one with the guy that Ward hit first. And we're up on the side of the pool. Where were you at this one?
So there was some tension between me and somebody else there that was at that party. So as soon as that popped off, I started popping off with this other person, which... that was a whole different group of people, whole different fight. But they all kind of intermingled because this kid's older brother was great friends with JC, Joe Carey.
But where are you at in this backyard brawl is happening?
I was at the table right there in front of the pool, but on the other side of the table between the sliding glass door and the actual patio table.
Were you fighting?
Yeah, Absolutely.
So you're fighting. So I got the guy. Now you know how
That's where I started, by the way.
you know how the pool, like the pool on like the outside of it, there's a walkway that's like 4 feet wide, and then there's the pool and the fence.
Yes, I ended up over there at one point. Yep.
So it's like Mortal Kombat. I'm fighting this dude on this walkway, and he's a little bit bigger than me, and he's got good hands. So I'm slipping, but he's hitting me, and he's hitting me, and he's hitting hard.
And he can take them too.
Oh, I cracked him like 4 times, and I was like, this guy hits harder than me, and he could take a punch pretty damn good. And finally, he went for a takedown and got on top of me. And I'm seeing people jumping through the screen and then back in through the screen.
So Eric May, he was there as well. I'm fighting inside the screen. Next thing I know, I get bear hugged from behind, which the only thing, I'm on that small, narrow area. The only thing behind me is a screen. I get bear hugged from behind it. It's Eric May lifting me out of the screen, trying to calm down the fight. Because at this point, the screen's getting wild.
Bro, that's the same thing essentially that happened to me. The dude got on top of me, and he's essentially now got my arms pinned down, and he's swinging, and he's beating me up. And then I saw Eric, and I was like, yo, Eric. And he jumped through the fence, and he grabbed the dude and pulled him off of me and then picked me up. And I was like, Jesus. And as soon as that happened, the dude I was fighting ran through to go run to his car.
So at that point, so right before he grabbed you, I didn't even notice you there. This is all new to me. When May grabbed me from outside the screen, he must have came in and grabbed you. Because once he grabbed me, at that point, I think cops are coming. I'm on papers. I'm like,
yeah, he was trying to break it and stop it up. He's like, the damage, look at the damage you're doing to her house.
Oh, my God.
The damage was immense.
I left. As soon as he yanked me out of the screen, I left thinking for sure cops are coming.
So you dipped out right then and there.
Correct.
So now let me fill you in on what happened when you dipped out. So when you dipped out, Buddy that I was fighting, he was the main target, he walked to his car. Well, you know, Chris Ward, the dude that was crazy that started it all, he was like, Mosh, I'm going to get him, bro. We ain't letting this happen. And I'm like, bro, dude. So he runs to the front. Now we're running to the front. Everything's broken. And dude's in his car in the driveway. Car's on. Our boy Chris sticks his head in the window, and he's yelling in the window. I can't see in the window. It's nighttime. And he's swinging at the guy. And he sticks his head in, and he's swinging again. And then Chris sticks his head in for the 3rd time. And then he flies out. Boom. Holding his head. Blood everywhere. Face destroyed. And he does a little dance, and then he falls on the ground, knocked out, bleeding all over his head. And then the guy that he was swinging on jumps out of the car with one of the Magnum flashlights.
Oh, the old school, like what the cops used to carry on their belts.
Just a big old piece of metal flashlight.
Yep.
And he's like, who else wants it? Who else wants to get knocked out? And I'm like, yo. So we had the dude that he was fighting initially that he was beating.
Yeah.
Brandon's brother. And it was me. And we were, it was in a cul-de-sac. So we were trying to surround him, but we couldn't get too close to him because of the flashlight. We didn't want to get hit. So, like, I had a pair of brass knuckles, and I remember, like, every time he got within range, I would throw him at his forehead. And then I'd go pick him up, and then I'd chuck him at his forehead again.
Like a boomerang that didn't come back.
And then Ryan's going and grabbing potted plants from yards, and he's throwing potted plants at him because you can't get too near him. And finally, we're like, all right, Chris is getting up. Our boy was getting up out of being knocked out. He sees what's happening. We look at each other, and we're like, yo, Chris is going to come in. He's going to run straight at this dude, and he's going to take that flashlight. We got to go. It's either go or go.
Yeah, he was a pit bull. He wouldn't stop.
So whenever Chris was charging, it was like one of us is going to get hit with this flashlight. We're going to have to all jump in and see who takes it. And we all jump in right as Chris descends on him. I go up, they go in, I get cracked in the forehead with the mag light. We get him on top, we get him on the ground. And allegedly, this is what people say happened. I don't believe this, but they said I got on top of him and I started to hit him with brass knuckles until blood started flying through my hands. I don't remember none of that. I think that's all unbelievable, but trust me, I was there. And I thought the dude was dead. And then they said, stop, you're going to kill him. And then I looked down, and then he just jumps up like he was on cocaine. And I'm like, what's happening? And he runs, grabs his car, and turns it on, goes, takes off, hits Chris Ward with his car, the guy that he hit with the mag light. And Chris Ward hits the car, flies over, hits the ground, knocked out again. So Chris Ward's been knocked out like 6 times this night.
That sounds about right.
So the ambulance is on its way, and I say, hell nah, this dude just got away, and my girl's house is trashed. My boy's going by ambulance. That's when I hit you up and said, Schmitty, I need you to meet me. I need you to get some girls. I need you to set these guys up. I need you to meet me at a parking lot, and we got to handle these guys.
So there was some time in between that. What you just summed it up in a time period, because I left that party, went to someone else's house where I was with these girls, about to get down with both of them, and you hit me up. And what I recall is you go, bro, where you at? And I tell you, you're like, Ward just got hit by a car. I'm like, what? And then you tell me Carrie just hit this dude with a car. Tell me he split him with a mag flashlight. You're like, I'm like, well, I told you who I was with. You're like, we need to go find them. The girls I was with heard it, who were also friends with Joe Carey. And at that point, Mitchell Publix Plaza was being built, or just finished being built.
Right.
And not even all the stores were full of stores yet. And
I remember telling you, you're with some chicks, make them lure those guys into the parking lot.
Yeah, because he was with somebody. Yes, yep. And I'm like, all right. They call him up. I run over to Brenton's to pick you up. You jump in the car, just me and you riding out. The chicks call Joe Carey and who he was with, which was Rump.
And so I'm with you. We're parked across the street from this Publix parking lot. He's in contact with the chicks. The chicks pull up. They told those guys, hey, we're going to meet up, maybe hook up or whatever they told the 2 dudes. And we watched them pull up and meet each other, and we're ducked down across the street.
In the same park? We were at like where Chick-fil-A is. We were in that area.
Yeah, but we were a little farther away.
Right, absolutely.
And as soon as I was like, yo, you got to pull up in front of his car. We got to jump out, or they're going to try to run away. We were scared they were going to run away.
Or hit my car, when I pulled up.
We weren't scared of that. We were scared they were going to try to back out and run away.
Well, they were parked in the middle. They could have went forward, backwards, whatever. The girls were parked next to them. When we pulled up kind of quick. Obviously, my car was maroon, so very noticeable.
So we pull up on them, and they don't start running away. And we both jump out like, all right, guys, let's get our fade in. And then Joe Carey jumps out with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, put the bat away, pussy. Don't be a bitch, bro. Put the bat away. And he's like, no, let's go. And I was like, oh, you want to play with bats, huh?
Pop the trunk.
We popped the trunk, and I ran in. I grabbed a golf club. I said, samurai time. Let's play. Yeah. And in the meantime.
That was actually funny from a viewer standpoint, because I'm sitting leaning against my car, just seeing you two. One's dropping the bat, one's dropping the club. Then he picks up the bat when you drop the club, and that went for like 3 or 4 rounds.
So like as I'm like, all right, as we're doing this, Schmitty's running over to the other side of the car where there's another dude in there trying to roll his window up.
Well, that dude wrecked a car with one of my friends.
So we don't want to jump all over the place, but what I'm saying
I didn't like him.
So the dude's trying to roll his window up. Schmitty makes it just in time, dives through the window, pounding the dude with his right hand, unlocking the door with his left hand.
It was through the driver window, yeah.
Opens the door, and the dude falls out crumpled. Now, I got the golf club, and I'm like, put the bat down, and I would throw the golf club like 5 feet, and I'd say, look, I got no club. And then he would chase me with the bat, and then I'd run and chase and grab the golf club and pick it up, and then he would stop, and I'd say, all right, bro, put the bat down and let's go.
You missed something there, though. Before the diving through the window, you took the golf club because you guys weren't engaging. You were getting more and more pissed. And you got to the car and were like, come on, pussy, come on. Boom.
That's not what happened. So, what happened is Trust me, bro. I got you. I remember what happened, man. So, I threw the thing too far, which was the 1, 2, 3 count up to the bit, bro. So I threw the thing too far, and I had no time to go retrieve it. So he ran at me with the bat, and all I could do was be defensive. And I thought he was going to swing for my face. He swung for my leg, and I grabbed around him as he grabbed onto my leg, right? Or as he hit me in the leg with the bat, and it hurt like hell. And I had a hold of him, and I screamed, "Schmitty, bro, I'm hit, bro." And the dude was just pounding on me, you know what I'm saying? And I just remember seeing Schmitty jump up over with a knee, and his knee made contact with the dude's face. And Schmitty just started pounding on him. Bink, 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 bink.
Took two knees to the... So I'm actually glad that kind of happened. Because at that point, this kid that I got out of the car, I had him pinned between the car, and I'm slamming the car door on him. I hated this.
Yeah, you were slamming the door on that dude. You were pounding that dude, and he was knocked out for a while. This was allegedly.
I look over and I see you were behind him, like grabbing him, and because he just hit you, obviously, and he's in front. I come around, boom, hit him with the. That dude ate that knee, by the way.
Yeah, he
Hats off
did.
to him. I hit him again with the knee, then put a couple punches in. Then it kind of everyone split up a little bit.
And then after everyone split up, I felt, oh my gosh, you pounded on dude and he wasn't done. That dude's been hit with everything but the kitchen sink and he wasn't done. And I got so pissed, I felt, well, if you're going to suffer something, it's going to be with my golf club to your car. And I said, you should have never messed with my girl's stuff. And he's like, don't do it, Mosh. And I said, you should have never messed with my girl's stuff. And that's when I went bing, bing. And that's when I started banging it with the golf club.
Peeled that open like a can, bro. That thing put holes in that.
It was putting just straight holes in the roof.
My golf club, by the way, which, you know, you should replace that driver.
It was good times. I wouldn't recommend you guys do this at home, kids. That was over 20 years ago, and we are not proud of what happened, and we're going to try to be better people.